Hey guys, it's Alyssa from alyssanalani.com, and today I'm going to be doing a flip through of my Traveler's Notebook and how I have it set up for January. Now before I flip the camera around, I'm going to go over a couple of the features of the notebook that I'm using because I don't cover it in the actual setup portion of the video. I already recorded that and there are some things that I missed. But really quick, this is a Prima Traveler'S journal. They call it a journal. And it is extremely well built, I think. I bought this last summer and it has not aged that much. The only thing I can think of is maybe the elastic is getting a little worn out, but I don't even think that. And I take this thing around me practically everywhere, and it's aging very well because it hasn't really aged. It's very well made. And it's got some very, very nice features. Now, if you are beginning in the Traveler's Notebook journey, so to speak, and you want something that's got a bit more room than the original Traveler's Company covers, which are awesome. I mean, I have one. I have two. Actually, I've got a standard and a passport. So I love original Traveler's Company notebook covers, but they are smaller, so they're not going to hold as much chunk as something like this. However, some of the higher end brands will cost you, upwards of $100, and that's a bit out of my price range. So I went ahead with this one, and it has served me very well, and it has the room to handle several inserts, which is what I was going for. So if you're starting out on the journey and you don't want to sink a whole bunch of money, which I don't ever recommend when you're just starting out in any of the planner, any aspect of the planner community. So no matter what you're going to use, spiral bound, disc bound, ring bound, Traveler's Notebook, anything like that, don't spend a whole lot of money when you're first jumping in, because you might decide that that style does not work for you. So take it slow, take it easy, and work your way up. But having said all that, if you are starting out, then you can definitely consider Prima Traveler's Notebooks, because they are well priced and they are very well made. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the features. I didn't mean to make that so long. In the front, you'll see the two credit card pockets that it has in here, and then it has these two, I don't think they're secretarial, they're just regular pockets, but they have these two pockets here. And there's nothing in them now. Last month around Christmas time, I had like pretty Christmas scrapbook paper all in here, and it looks really pretty. But I have not filled anything in now as of January, so it's empty. And in the back, this is the really cool feature. I had never seen a Traveler's Notebook that had this, and I don't know that there is one. Usually Traveler's Notebooks just have regular pockets like the ones in the front, but this has a zipper pouch, okay, built right into it. And it, like I said, the whole thing is well made. This is a very well made zipper pouch. It has not given me any trouble. It has not stuck. It has not come apart. It's just well constructed. And in here I'll keep stickers, receipts, cash if I have anything that I need to secure that won't fit in a pocket or that I don't want accidentally falling out. I can pop in the zipper pouch. And so, and then it has, I should have counted this ahead of time. It has 4 elastics, and so I have piggybacked 4 and 7. So I've piggybacked 3. I can do math. I've piggybacked 3 to make a total of 7 inserts. If, like I said, you're new to Traveler's Notebooks, definitely, if you have time, watch your fill of YouTube videos and find out what they're all about. I love Traveler's Notebooks. I love the concept. I love the ability to customize. I love the feel. There's something very nice about the feel of carrying a nice chunky notebook. You'll find that some people will go for a different size. Everybody has their preference when it comes to sizing, and they come in like a bajillion different sizes, not literally, but many different sizes. And so, so you can customize it however you want. You can be as minimalistic, you can be as, I was going to say outrageous, but not even outrageous. You can be as elaborate, better word. You can be as elaborate as you want when it comes to decorating, or you can keep it plain Jane. I have it plain Jane. I tend to be more plain Jane. I do like to decorate inside, but when it comes to frills and furbelows on the outside, I don't normally do that because then they get caught in things, and I'm afraid something's gonna fall out, and nobody wants that. So, very simple, very well constructed, Prima Traveler'S notebook, or journals. I got this off of Amazon. They do have an actual shop, and this year they just added, I think, like a whole line of new journals that I've been seeing on Instagram on my feed, and so definitely check their stuff out. I really, really like them. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to stop talking and then let you guys watch my actual setup. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll link everything I can in the description below, and let me know what you think, or if you have any ideas, or if this helped. I plan to do this once a month, so I'll be doing a setup at the beginning of each month, and I also plan to do a video every week, hopefully. We'll see. It's a new year, and I wasn't planning on saying this, but my word of the year is brave, and making videos is something that I've really wanted to do in the past, and I've just been too scared because there's something about talking in front of a camera that's really something you have to get used to, and I have a very, very deep, chronic fear of failure, and the perfectionist in me feels like it needs to always be perfect, and the realist in me says that's not ever going to happen, so just do it. Just do it. But it does scare me, so we'll see what happens. I'm excited. So anyway, I'm really gonna shut up, I promise. I'm gonna turn this off, and you will get to watch the setup. I hope you're having a great day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye. Alrighty, you guys, we are at my desk, and I'm just going to apologize at the front end for any movement in the camera. I wanted this to be so much more sophisticated. I actually have a tripod and camera, but the battery on my camera is charging, and I don't have time to wait for it because I have other things to do today. So we're just going to go ahead and record on my iPad. And I think my hand is shaking, so here we go. We are going to make the best of this. Here we go. Okay, so opening up. Like I said, I have 7 inserts in here. Okay, and what I do with my inserts is I take the staples out of the spine here, and that way I can take out paper as I need to, or add paper if I needed to. And also, if I don't use the entire insert for what I originally intended it, I can take out that paper and use it for something else. Okay, also I do that so that I can take out the cover. So if I don't want the original cover on there and I want to cover it with something else, I can just slide it out without deconstructing the whole entire thing. Okay, I can just keep it in the notebook, slide this out, and slide something else in. Now, as you can see, I have the cover wrapped in some scrapbook paper, and do that. Some of these, the scrapbook paper is actually the cover. There's no actual cover there. Y'all, one hand is real difficult here. Okay, here we go. The scrapbook paper is actually the cover, but that's because this insert has been reused and paper taken away and paper added so many times, I don't even know what the original cover is. So that's just what that is. With these ones, I still have the original cover because they're new, and I just wanted to keep it. And I didn't want these to be permanently attached, so I just wrapped it and kept it like that, and that's the way it's going to stay. And so if I use a scrapbook paper that is thicker, like a cardstock, then I might just take this out. But since this is flimsy, I want the sturdiness of the original insert cover. Okay? Okay, so around the first insert, I have wrapped the credit card insert around it. And I just got pictures of me and my husband in there. In black and white, real classy. Because the colors don't match. And I'm kind of OCD like that. And then this first insert, as you may have already seen, I call it my playbook for 2018. Now, for the year of 2018, for this year, I have chosen brave as my word of the year. So I call this the year of brave. All right, and I decided to carry that theme into my planner. And the first page is just my index. Those of you who bullet journal know how this works. So the page numbers and then the name of the spreads that I have. And then the first spread that I have is called Life Plan Priorities. And I'm not going to go too much into it, but basically I took the concepts from Michael Hyatt's book, Living Forward. Had a brain spasm there for a minute. Living Forward, which is a really, really great book. If you have not read it, I encourage you to. And he talks about prioritizing the areas of your life, in this case in the order of its importance, so the order that you need to prioritize them in. And you can see here how I have ordered those things. So God first, and then taking care of myself. I kind of vacillated around about that for a bit because that sounds so selfish. I believe in self-care, but not to the point where it sounds like it's all about me and I just need to focus on me. But I also feel like you can only take care of others as well as you have taken care of yourself. So that's why that's number 2. And then I've got marriage, family, friends, ministry, work, finances, and art in those, in that order. And I might go more into detail about that in another video, but that's my first spread. Second spread is my level 10 life spread. I've got the different areas, the 10 different areas that need work. I've already penciled in and shaded where I feel like my starting point is, what levels I'm at out of 10. And then on the side, I've got the goals for each of those levels, and the things that I need to work on, okay? And again, I might go into more detail in another video. Sorry, I have to move because I have to adjust. I have to adjust my body here. Okay. The next spread is where I've combined those two first spreads, level 10 life and level 10 planning, and kind of put them together. So here they're kind of playing together on one spread, and the different things that I want to work on in those areas. And then the next spreads, the following spreads, are going to be each one of those categories listed out, and then the things that I need to do in those areas, okay? So here we go. The first one is spiritual growth. I've got a to-do list. I've got the books that I want to read this year. I've got a checkup for how I'm using, how well I'm using, how often I'm using my War Binder and Bible study notebook. I've got the books of the Bible here, okay, which I will color in as I read them. I have a chart for writing down a verse a week. So I want to memorize a verse or a passage of scripture every week, so that by the end I will have 52 done and memorized. I also put in here Psalms 119. Now that is the longest psalm in the Bible, and I tried to memorize it a long time ago, and it did not work. I don't think that I will finish the whole thing this year, but I'm going to chip away at it this year and see how much I can actually get done. But I'm not pressuring myself to follow a 90-day plan or time myself or anything like that, because to be honest, I don't do well with those kinds of things. And when I skip a day or something like that, I'm like, oh man, I skipped day 19 or whatever, and it just throws me way off, and the imperfection of it kind of derails me. So I'm not even going to go there. Secondly, I've got personal development, another list of books that I want to read in that area, some things that I want to do more of. Here I'm going to put in some skills that I want to learn, some courses I want to take, and some kind of chart for reviewing and checking up on how I did each quarter. And I've got health and fitness, how many steps I should be taking, how much water I should be drinking, how many calories I need every day, and then, stuff that I want to eat more of, things I want to eat less of, and then some of the activities that I need to be doing. Here I have not figured out what I'm going to put there, so we'll fill it as I go. And then the rest, you guys, I haven't even filled it in because some of these things need more consideration. I'm still kind of thinking through what these all mean and how I want to address them and take action. So the rest of them are blank. So I have self-care, fun and recreation, marriage, physical environment, family and friends, ministry and giving, work, and then financial. And then the rest of the book is blank to fill in as I need, as things grow and change and I find other things that I want to work on. Okay? Second insert, I have my monthly and weeklies. Okay, so I've got my index, my future log, January, April, so hello, first quarter, second quarter, third and fourth quarters. And then I've got my goals for the first quarter of the year, my goals for this month, my month on 2 pages, and then my first week. Now, I'm going to kind of flip here because I don't remember if I have any real personal information in there. This is an empty week, as you can see. What I did was I have a Monday start, so this will be Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday. And I plotted the days out, but then I left this blank because I knew that what I might need for one week is not necessarily something I need for another week. A lot of people put habit trackers, either sorry about that, that was my husband on the phone. I do not remember where I left off, but exactly. But basically what I was saying was I set up my days and then I leave this blank because every week is different and what I need will change. Oh, I remember. A lot of people put in habit trackers either in their month or in their week, and I stink at habit trackers. I love the idea of them. You can make them really cool and intricate and complex, or you can make them really simple, but it does not matter. Either way, I stink at keeping track of things like that in that manner. So I decided not to do it. But some of the things that you can add in here would be, a habit tracker, meal plans, shopping lists. For this week, I put in my chores list, some notes, and then a shopping list. And then I've got my, to-dos of the day, okay? And then here, I plop in whatever date my husband and I are doing for the week, because we do a date per week. So those are my months and my my months and my weeks will go in here. Now at the end of the month, I will have a review for January, and then February will pick up, and then it'll go forward. Now the next insert is where I keep my dailies, and literally, I don't know if I can show you one. I literally just list out what I have to do, and with the date at the top, and that's it. And then I add stickers because I love stickers, and then that's it. And what I love about separating the two is for 2 reasons. One, I could not use inserts because if they are already pre-done, pre-dated, pre-set up, and I don't use it, I feel like planner guilt for not using spreads that I have in front of me. But in all honesty, the reality of planners is that you're not going to necessarily use all that space, because there are days where you just don't touch it. There are days where all you need is to check stuff off. There are days where you need space for writing notes or maybe some journaling or whatever. And so, from day to day or from week to week, your needs are going to change. So inserts were not really what I wanted. So, which is why a lot of people like bullet journaling, because you can customize your needs or customize your planner according to your needs. However, with bullet journaling, as you're setting up your spreads as you need them, I kind of like having my weeks all done. Okay, so in a regular bullet journal, what you would do is you would potentially, set up your month and then do your first week and then do your 7 days. And then you would do your next week and then you would do the rest of your days and then on and on. Here I do all 4 or 5 of my weeks, so I have them all set up, I can see them, and then do my days as I need, because I may not need a whole day on a page. I may just need a to-do list in a weekly spread. Or I might need my weekly spread, my day in my weekly spread, and a day on 1 page or even a day on 2 pages, depending on the day and the needs. So I like having them separate because then I can control both without, either not having it down because I haven't gotten to that day yet, or having everything set up and potentially not using it because I didn't need it. I hope that makes sense. If you are a bullet journaler, you'll probably understand what I'm trying to say. But anyway, that's the reason why I separated them like this. Last quarter, I was using DIY Fish inserts from Etsy, and I really, really like her inserts. She's got this really cool chart system, and you can color code and do all this kind of stuff, and it's super, super smart, and it's super easy to use and really useful. But I wasn't using all the days, and I was wasting all of this space and all of this paper, and would come out of the month with like half-filled, quarter-filled inserts because I just didn't use all the space. So doing this, I'm going to see how this works, and hopefully that should kind of solve my problem of needing some of one and some of another. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, my next insert is it's just a journal insert. This is a Tomoe River paper. I need to slow down. Tomoe River paper insert, and it's lined. The others were grid. And this is my journal, kind of Dear Diary version journaling. So nothing to see there. And the next one is my lists insert, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's my book of lists. So I have a list of lists that I can make here, so I probably will fill this up. And then the actual lists. So this is my to be read list, my TBR for 2018. As you can see, there's nothing there because I have not finished it. I am transferring lists from last year's insert into this year's insert because some things have changed, some things I don't want. And I'm a little particular about that. I like to have a fresh start for a new year. So transferring information over. Wrapped around this insert, I have the pocket and zipper pouch insert from Traveler's Company. And as you can see, there's nothing in it. Usually I keep stickers, and they're like little things left over from the last setup I had. It's still stuck on there. Anyway, usually I keep like journaling cards and stickers and things in there. So I just have not pulled any out to put in there for January. Next one, also not interesting. It is just a blank Traveler's Company insert. This is where I brain dump, take notes, write things down to be transferred elsewhere, those kinds of things. Make lists while I'm working on projects, and then transfer that information elsewhere. So that's what that is. And then this last one is where I write stuff down that pertains to the different ministries that I'm involved in at church. So I'm involved in a few different ministries at my church, and everything that pertains to those things goes in this last book here. And then you've got the zipper pouch in the back, and that is it. Real plain Jane, easy peasy, real simple. I'm not even going to try to put that on with one hand. But anyway, if you have any questions about anything you saw, if you have any questions about how I've set anything up, please feel free to ask them below. Otherwise, I plan to do one of these per month. I hope that it gets to be a bit more interesting as I go on, as this process evolves and changes. But for now, this is what January looks like. I hope you all are having fun or have had fun setting up for January, and that your setup is working for you. If not, as you know, you can always change it. Anyway, hope you all have a great day and a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.